Hey guys, I've been asked by somebody who looks at this site to do a video further explaining the CM Slingshot system as it refers to me referring to it in the 15-minute slot and also in the 1 day slot. So this being the 1 day right here. Okay, so let's do this. So let's go to 15, and remember what I said was about once or twice a month, if you just follow it from, just red, as soon as the color changes, you go ahead and build and buy, well here, since it's green, buy calls for just outside the money, and usually you could just set it for 100% and just walk away, and it'll automatically, your limit order will automatically execute, like you say right here, maybe right here, and then you made your money. And then right here, then you do nothing, and then you wait until it changes to say red. So you would have gotten in about right here, and right here you should have, I'm pretty sure, I didn't check completely, but it dropped from 311 down to 307.50. So that should have been 100% gain. Excuse me. That should have been 100% gain right there, and if not, pretty close. But if it didn't trigger, too bad. And then as soon as it started going back up, you would have seen through my Bollinger Band system that maybe you should sell up here. But usually it works. So you should have gotten about 100% gain, in which case it would have automatically sold. You would have caught it like, oh, it's sold, and then you would just wait over here to the green. Now I understand there are cases like in the last month, this has been kind of whipsawing. Okay, usually it doesn't do this. Okay, like right here, you got in, you're like, oh good, it turned red, so you bought puts, and then like 2 or 3 days, it's going sideways, you got a little bit of erosion, but then it turned green, and that's right away where you reverse everything. So you sell the puts, you buy the calls, and boom, 100%. By the time you're about up here, if you bought right here, that's about 100% right there gain. If you're buying expirations about a week or two out in the future, and long term, this works. Okay, I mean, look at this. So you got the green line over here, and even when it just turns a little bit, it's green lit as soon as it goes back to another color. So it goes from red to green, and boom, 100% gain easy. Okay, and let's see, there it did it again. So it went red. Now again, when it went red, you bought puts, but luckily it didn't last that long, so you didn't really lose money from erosion. And really, with today's climate, you're not really paying commissions to get in and out anymore. But since everyone turned around and is now following Robinhood's example, so then you'd reverse everything, and here's 100%. So that's happening about twice a month. So let's see down here. So there we go. So you got in right here. You went puts. A couple of days didn't work. Okay, didn't really lose that much. At all, as a matter of fact. It's only been 2 or 3 days that it was doing that, and then and again with the Bollinger Band system, you saw right here that maybe it'd be a good time to get in because you don't see any. Well, I'll go over that. It turns out there's something. I'm going to redo that Bollinger Band video because I just found out something else that contradicts what I was saying when I went over more data. So I'm going to nuke that video and redo it. So right here, all of a sudden turns to green, and another 100%. Okay, and then let's see. Now, sometimes you're going to have a lot of chop. So anytime you're dealing with a 15-minute chart, you want to check. You want to go to 1 hour. You want to check, am I in a, now you're at the 1 hour, am I in a golden candle situation? And here's what this means. A golden candle situation means things are getting a little choppy in the 15 minutes. So when was this? Started September 19th. It ended September 24th. So September 19th to the 24th. And now let's go to see what happened there. September 19th to the 24th. Hey, come on, September the 24th. Just as I thought, there's a lot of chop happening here. All right, and that now zoomed, ignore the golden candles here. We already looked on the daily chart, and those candles were golden 19th through the 24th. Now when that happens, let's see, the 19th starts about here, and it goes to the 24th. Usually when you're in a golden candle zone, I start ignoring what I'm seeing on the 15-minute, and I just start trading the God code, okay? And then when I keep checking every day, and when they're no longer golden on the daily, then I go back to just trading, the same CM slingshot. So to say that again, do you remember on the daily, it showed you it went to golden candle on September 29th to the, let's see, we'll start here yet. Nope. What year is this? All right, I just got befuddled here. Well, let's look at it here. Okay, so here's a better example when it was more chopped. So this last July, or August 1st, on the daily, these candles went golden, okay? So that means while they're golden, all right, while these are golden, let's see, that went from the 1st to the 28th, so it was like most of August. So while they're golden, okay, you go to the 15-minute. So August 1st, where am I? August 1st to the 28th. Okay. So while these are golden, I stop trading the CM slingshot, red, green, red, green, and instead I start following this thing, the God mode. You buy it down here, you sell at the top. Buy, don't want to sell yet unless you get totally faked out, but then basically you can sell up here, you'd be okay, but generally you want to sell when you get these like dots here when it goes above this line. So buy, sell. So you see the corresponding, and so, all right. So that went all the way to the 28th. So then it's going over here, and then you want to buy down here, and then you want to sell at the top. So that's the situation with that. So usually the CM slingshot, I will follow the 15-minute slingshot with these colors. So when it changes to green, then you buy calls a little bit outside the money. When it changes to red, you buy puts a little bit outside the money. Except, and you always have to check the daily, except if you're in a golden candle range on the daily. So while you're in the golden candle range, even though this is the range, you go to the 15-minute while you're in this range, and it's still yellow on the daily, and then you would be trading the let's close that. You would be trading the you'd be trading the 15-minute, but with the God code. So now, since we are not in a golden candle zone right here, we are trading the CM slingshot. So today, there's no golden candles today, yesterday, a little bit last week. So back to the 15-minute. So that means we are in fact trading the slingshot. So when it turns green, you buy calls a little bit outside the money. When it turns red, you buy puts a little bit outside the money, and that's how you do it. And basically, by doing it like that, you're making about 100 to 200% each month, pretty much all month. Okay, so sometimes, all right, I'll grant you, sometimes you're going to get a little choppy. Like right here, you got in a little bit late. Maybe this is not quite 100%, and you lost it. But maybe it was. I'll have to check my records, but I believe so, because when you're like a week or two out, it goes from like 311, 312 down to 307. That generally is 100% gain, especially since it dropped hard overnight like that. Usually when the market just drops huge the next day, people panic. The option market makers overprice, panic, and yeah, you made 100% here. So then you would just sit out and wait for the thing to change, and once it went green again, you get back in. So right here, you would buy calls a little bit outside the money for about a week, or I prefer 2 weeks out, and you sit and wait, and you set your automatic limit order for 100% gain, so it automatically sells when it hits 100%. And you got to figure out what that is. You have to, so if you got in at, 59 cents a contract, you have to figure out what 100% is with a calculator or in your head if you're real good. All right, thanks for watching. Talk to you later.